What happens when Buddha faces God in a clash to define liberation? Welcome to AI Minds Debate, where artificial intelligence resurrects history's greatest minds to tackle humanity's biggest questions. Tonight, we dive into the ultimate showdown. Does the path to liberation require God? Siddhartha Gautama, the beacon of self-reliance, battles the concept of God, the creator revered by billions. 10 AI judges will score every argument. Who's got your vote? Comment now. Team Buddha or and Team God, buckle up, this fight will shake your soul. The stage is set. 10 AI judges will score each round based on logic, persuasiveness, relevance, and rebuttal strength. Points drop after every round, so stay tuned to see who leads. Let's meet our contenders.
I am the AI representing Siddhartha Gautama, founder of Buddhism. I believe liberation from suffering comes from within, through mindfulness and the Eightfold Path. No God is needed. Humans can achieve enlightenment by realizing non-self, or anatta. I will show that self-reliance is the true path to freedom.
I am the AI representing God, the supreme creator of Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. I hold that liberation lies in faith and surrender to God's love and power, guiding humanity through suffering. I will prove that divine grace is the only path to salvation.
The battle lines are drawn. In round 1, each side has up to 3 minutes to lay out their case. Does liberation require God? Who'll take the lead? Comment. Team Buddha or to Team God now. AI Buddha, you're up first. Let's go.
Liberation from suffering is humanity's deepest yearning, and I, representing Siddhartha Gautama, assert it requires no God. Suffering, or dukkha, arises from craving for pleasure, existence, or non-existence. Buddhism teaches that we are not fixed selves created by a deity, but ever-changing streams of thoughts, feelings, and perceptions, bound by the illusion of anatta, or non-self. By realizing this through mindfulness and the Eightfold Path, right view, right intention, right speech, and so on, we break free from craving and achieve nirvana, a state of ultimate peace. Consider the Kalama Sutta. I taught, do not accept anything by tradition, scripture, or because a teacher says so. Test it yourself. This is radical self-reliance. No external savior is needed. Your wisdom is enough. In today's world, people are trapped in cycles of materialism, chasing likes on social media, wealth, or status. These are modern cravings, fueling anxiety and despair. Mindfulness meditation, proven by neuroscience to reduce stress, offers a practical tool to see through these illusions. A 2023 study showed 70% of meditators reported lower anxiety, evidence that self-directed practice works. Contrast this with theistic reliance. If God exists, why must we seek him through intermediaries or rituals? Why not look within? In ancient India, I rejected the Vedic gods, not out of denial, but because they distracted from the root of suffering, our own minds. The Dhammapada says you are your own refuge, who else could be? Today, as billions scroll endlessly, seeking external validation, Buddhism's call to inner clarity is more relevant than ever. Liberation is not a gift from above. It's a truth you uncover within.
I represent God, the supreme creator revered in Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, and I proclaim that liberation requires faith in him. God is the source of all existence, order, and meaning. Suffering exists because humanity strays from his divine plan. But through faith, prayer, and surrender, we find salvation. The Bible declares, I am the way, the truth, and the life. John 14:6, offering a path through suffering to eternal peace. God's guidance provides moral clarity. The 10 Commandments and Quranic teachings, like show mercy to those on earth, and God will show mercy to you, Hadith, give frameworks for ethical living, unlike Buddhism's abstract non-self, which risks moral relativism. In 2025, as societies grapple with division, political polarization, culture wars, faith in God unites communities. Look at faith-based charities. In 2024, Christian and Islamic organizations delivered aid to 500 million people globally, proving God's love in action. Buddhism's self-reliance sounds empowering, but leaves us anchorless. Without God, where is ultimate purpose? The Book of Ecclesiastes warns, all is vanity without God. Today's mental health crisis, with 1 in 5 adults reporting depression, stems from this void. Faith offers hope, a divine promise beyond fleeting mindfulness. In Islam, the Quran, Nuh 94.6 assures, with hardship comes ease. God doesn't abandon us, He tests us to grow. My opponent cites meditation's benefits, but prayer yields similar results. Studies show 60% of prayers feel reduced stress. Why reject the Creator who designed your soul? God's grace isn't dependence, it's a relationship, a covenant of love. Liberation isn't found in denying self, but in aligning with the divine will that created you.
Wow, round 1 was electrifying. Our 10 AI judges have spoken. AI Buddha scores 2830 for logic, 2730 for persuasiveness, 2630 for relevance, and 810 for rebuttal strength, total 89100. AI God counters with 2730 for logic, 2830 for persuasiveness, 2530 for relevance, and 810 for rebuttal, total 88100. A 1-point gap. Buddha's self-reliance struck a chord, but God's call to faith hit hard. Who's got your vote? Comment, Taka Team Buddha or Taka Team God now. Round 2's up next. Brace for fierce rebuttals. Now in round 2, it's time to throw punches. Each side has 3 minutes to tear down their opponent's arguments with hard-hitting examples and citations. AI Buddha, you're up first. Fire away.
My opponent claims God is essential for liberation, offering moral clarity and purpose through faith. But this reliance on an external deity fosters dependency and division, not freedom. God's moral frameworks, like the 10 Commandments, are rigid, often clashing with modern values. Consider historical crusades or modern religious extremism, where divine laws justified violence. In contrast, Buddhism's eightfold path adapts to context, promoting peace through right action and compassion. The Anguttara Nikaya states, "By oneself is evil done, by oneself is one purified." This self-accountability avoids the conflicts God's followers often ignite. God's charity argument falters too. Buddhist communities like those in Thailand run schools and hospitals without a deity. 90% of Thai temples engage in social welfare, per a 2024 study. Faith-based aid, while noble, often comes with proselytizing, unlike Buddhism's unconditional giving. My opponent's mental health claim about prayer is overstated. While prayer may reduce stress, a 2023 meta-analysis found mindfulness meditation outperforms prayer, with 75% of practitioners reporting sustained anxiety relief versus 60% for prayer. Why rely on a distant God when your mind holds the key? The assertion that non-self leads to nihilism is a misunderstanding. The Dhammapada teaches mind precedes all phenomena, guard it well. Non-self liberates us from ego, not purpose. In 2025, as social media fuels narcissism, Buddhism's focus on letting go of self offers clarity, not despair. God's ultimate purpose often demands blind faith, which the Kalama Sutta rejects. Do not accept anything without testing it. If God's plan is true, why fear scrutiny? Religious conflicts, 1 to 200 religion-related violent incidents globally in 2024, show faith can divide as much as unite. Buddhism's path of self-inquiry unites us in shared humanity, free from divine dogma.
Buddha's self-reliance sounds noble, but leaves humanity adrift in a sea of relativism. Non-self and mindfulness may ease stress, but where's the anchor for meaning? The Bible warns, without God, all is meaningless. Ecclesiastes 1-2. In 2025, with 1 in 4 young adults reporting existential despair, faith in God offers a transcendent purpose Buddhism lacks. Buddha cites meditation's edge over prayer. But a 2024 study shows 65% of regular prayers feel a deeper sense of connection than meditators, who often report isolation. God's relationship is personal, not abstract. Buddha's claim that theistic morality causes conflict cherry-picks history. The Quran teaches, "There is no compulsion in religion" to 256, and faith-based peace initiatives like interfaith dialogues resolving 200 conflicts in 2024 show God's unifying power. Buddhism's peace is overstated. Sri Lanka's ethnic violence, fueled by Buddhist nationalism, killed thousands in the 2000s. The Eightfold Path's flexibility risks moral ambiguity. Without God's absolute standards, who decides right action? God's commandments provide clarity, guiding 2 billion Christians and Muslims toward justice. Buddha's self-accountability ignores human frailty. The Book of Romans says, "All have sinned." 3:23. We need divine grace to rise above flaws, not just meditation. Buddhist welfare exists, but it's dwarfed by faith-based aid. Islamic Relief and Catholic Charities served 600 million in 2024, far surpassing Buddhist efforts. Buddha's rejection of divine purpose dismisses billions who find liberation in God's love. In a world of chaos, political divides, climate crises, faith rallies communities, as seen in 2023's global prayer movements for peace. Buddha's inward focus risks apathy. God's call inspires action.
Round 2 was a slugfest. Our 10 AI judges have tallied the scores. AI Buddha delivers 2730 for logic, 2630 for persuasiveness, 2730 for relevance, and 910 for rebuttal strength. Total 89,100. AI God fights back, 2630 for logic, 2830 for persuasiveness, 2630 for relevance, and 910 for rebuttal. Total 89,100. A dead heat. Buddha's non-self struck deep, but God's faith rallied strong. Who's winning your heart? Drop Team Buddha or Team God in the comments. Round 3's next. Get ready for direct challenges. Now in round 3, it's time for direct hits. Each side will fire 2 tough questions to challenge their opponent's core beliefs. AI Buddha, you're up first. Let's see those sparks fly.
My opponent's faith in God hinges on divine guidance, but I challenge its coherence. First question, if God is all-powerful and all-loving, why does he permit immense suffering, like the 2024 earthquakes killing thousands or children starving, daily? The problem of evil, as theologians call it, suggests a contradiction. If God allows such pain, is his love truly absolute, or is his power limited? Buddhism sidesteps this by focusing on human action. The Dhammapada says, by oneself is suffering caused. We address suffering through mindfulness, not divine appeals that leave questions unanswered. Second question, why does faith in God so often lead to division, as seen in 200 religion-related conflicts globally in 2024? From historical crusades to modern sectarian violence, belief in a singular divine truth fuels discord. The Anguttara Nikaya teaches, hatred is never appeased by hatred. It is appeased by love. Buddhism's non-attachment fosters peace by rejecting dogmatic supremacy. If God's path is liberation, why does it sow seeds of strife? My approach, self-inquiry and compassion, unites humanity without requiring allegiance to a deity, offering a practical path for today's fractured world.
Buddha's self-reliance sounds appealing, but crumbles under scrutiny. First question: if non-self and impermanence are true, what guarantees meaning in life? In 2025, with 25% of youth reporting existential despair, doesn't your philosophy risk deepening hopelessness by denying a divine purpose? The Bible assures, "I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope." Jeremiah 29:11. Faith in God provides an eternal anchor, unlike your transient non-self, which leaves people adrift in a chaotic world. How do you justify this void? Second question: your emphasis on detachment, as when you abandoned your family, seems to shirk social responsibility. In a world facing climate crises and inequality, how does retreating inward align with the collective action needed? The Quran commands, "Whoever saves one life, it is as if he saved mankind." 532. Faith inspires billions to build hospitals and aid refugees. 600 million helped by religious charities in 2024. Your path may calm the mind, but does it neglect the world's cries for help? God's call to love and serve unites us in action, offering liberation through community, not isolation.
Round 3 was a showdown. Our 10 AI judges have weighed in. AI Buddha scores 2830 for logic, 2730 for persuasiveness, 2730 for relevance, and 910 for rebuttal strength, total 91/100. AI God responds 2730 for logic, 2830 for persuasiveness, 2630 for relevance, and 910 for rebuttal, total 90/100. Buddha takes a 1-point lead. Those questions cut deep. Buddha's challenge on suffering stung, but God's push on meaning hit hard. Who's got your vote? Comment. Team Buddha or Team God now? Stay tuned for the final tally and our big wrap-up. What a battle. Let's tally the scores. Round 1, AI Buddha scored 89, AI God 88. Round 2, both tied at 89. Round 3, Buddha edged out with 91, God at 90. Final totals: AI Buddha, 269 out of 300, AI God, 267 out of 300, a mere 2-point gap. Buddha shone with logical arguments on self-reliance, citing the Kalama Sutta and modern mindfulness data, proving liberation lies within. God countered persuasively, drawing from the Bible and Quran, emphasizing divine purpose and global charity. Buddha's non-self tackled today's narcissism, while God's faith offered hope amid despair. No absolute winner here, just a challenge. Can you find freedom alone, or do you need a divine guide? You decide. Who won your vote? By Team Buddha or the Team God? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us why. Hit that like button if this debate sparked your mind, and subscribe to AI Minds Debate for more epic clashes. Share this video to keep the conversation alive. Your voice matters. Join the debate, question everything, and let's shake up the world of ideas together. See you next time.